They see my disability, I see my ability. They call me disabled, I can myself differently able. There are some incidents that happen in your life. Those incidents break you, deform you, but the more you're into the best version of you. And the same thing happened to me. I was 18 years old when I got married. My father wanted me to get married, and all I said was, if that makes you happy, I'll say yes. And of course, it was never a happy marriage. Just about after 3 years of getting married, I am in a car accident. Somehow my husband fell asleep, and the car fell in a ditch. He managed to jump out, save himself. I am happy for him, but I stayed inside the car, and I sustained a lot of injuries. The list is a bit long, don't get scared. The wrist was fractured. Shoulder bone and collarbone were fractured. My right rib cage got fractured, and because of the rib cage injury, lung and liver were badly injured. I couldn't breathe. I lost renal bowel control. That's why I have to wear the bag wherever I go. 3 vertebrae of my backbone were completely crushed, and I got paralyzed for the rest of my life. I finally ended up in a hospital, where I stayed for 2.5 months and underwent multiple surgeries. One day, doctor came to me and he said, "Well, I heard that you went to be an artist, but you ended up being a hospital. I have bad news for you. You won't be able to paint again, because your wrist and your arm are so deformed. You won't be able to be open." Next day, doctor came to me and said, "Your spine injury is so bad, you won't be able to work again. Because of your spine injury and the friction that you have in your back, you won't be able to give birth to a child again." That day, I was devastated. I asked my mother, "Why me?" And that is where I start to question my accidents. That's why I even alive. And that's is where I realized that the words have the power to help they saw. My mother said to me, "This to surpass. God has a greater plan for you. I don't know what it is, but her surely has." And in all that distress and grief, somehow or the other those words that they keep me going. One day I asked my brothers, "I know I have a deformed hand, but I am tired of looking at this weird word in the hospital and wearing this weird scarf. I am getting tired of this. I want to add more color to my life. I want to do something, bring me some color, bring me some smart canvas. I want to paint." So the very first painting I made was on my deathbed, where I painted for the very first time. It was not just an art piece or just my fashion. It was my therapy. And then I was discharged and I went back home. And I realized that I had developed a lot of fractures through my back, and on my hip bone I was unable to see. There were a lot of insects in my body, a lot of allergy. So doctor wants me to lay down on the bed straight for not 6 months, for not 1 year. For 2 years, I was bedridden, confined in that one room looking outside the window, listening to the birds chirping, and thinking maybe there will be a time when we'll be going out with the family and enjoying the nature. That was the time where I realized how lucky people are. That is time where I realized that's the day I am going to share this pain with them to make realize how blessed they are. And they don't even consider the Psalms Roxy. That day I decided that I am going to fight my force. We all have fear of unknown, fear of losing people, fear of losing her money. We want to excel in career. We want to get money. We are scared all the time. So I worked down one by one a task for, and I decided that I am going to one. So you know what was my biggest for divorce? I was trying to climb into wouldn't want me anymore, but I said I have to make it work. But I decided that this is nothing but my fault. I liberate myself by setting him free, and I made myself emotionally so strong that That this day I sent him a text that I am so happy for you and I wish you all the best. And now that I pray for him today. Number two was I won't be able to be a mother again. And that was quite devastating for me. But then I realized there are so many children in the world. All day when it's seven. So there's no point in crying, just go and adopt me, and that's what I did. People think that they will not be accepted because we in the world is perfect but imperfect. So I decided that instead of starting and go for disabled, which I know would not help anyone, instead the effort more in public, instead to parent. They said, and I'm going to join the national TV of South. For the last 3 years, I am become the national goodwill for and fix the right of women children. We talk about ensuring diversity, gender equality, which is a must. Every time I go in public, I always smile. It's always a big deal, and people ask me, "Don't you get tired of smiling all the time? What's the secret?" I always say one thing: that I have stopped worrying about that I have lost the people that I am lost. Think at people who are meant to be with me are with me, and sometimes somebody absent make you a better person. Curse their absence. It's always a blessing in disguise. Live your life fully. Accept yourself the way you are. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I refer, be kind to yourself, and only then you can be kind to others. Love yourself and spread the love. Life will be hard. There will be trouble, but they will only make you strong. So when you explore yourself the way you are, the world recognizes you. It's all starts from within.